The Constitution of India, Preamble. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution.
Hello 8th standard children. Hope you all have celebrated Vijayadashmi in a grand manner. So last class I taught you about chemical changes, I taught you about electrolysis, isn't it? It's all a change, some changes related to heat energy, some changes related to light and some changes related to electricity. Similarly, we teachers are also now adopting many changes in our lives that has come in our educational teaching system. We have now become pakka, thorough in recording and editing, most of us. That is a change and we accepted that change. So I told you in my last class, it's only when some changes are imposed over us, we think about new possibilities and we come to know about our own talents and hidden abilities in us. Okay, so now I move on with the lesson. Last class I taught you about electrolysis. Today, the first experiment after electrolysis that I am going to teach you is about the arrangement of and the assembly of few objects. Okay, so have a look at this, listen carefully. Now, in the textbook, they have shown a diagram where there is a glass jar. Maybe I'll draw a bigger one so that you won't get confused. So, this is a glass jar. There they have taken dilute sulfuric acid. Dilute means water is more. Concentrated means it is more powerful. This is just dilute sulfuric acid. D-I-L-U-T-E, dilute. Concentrated acids you will have to be very careful, okay? But dilute, it's not that dangerous because there is more water in it. So this is an electrolyte, dilute sulfuric acid. There they have taken two metal rods. Now this is copper rod which is brown in color. You can take any, this is a zinc rod, any metals for that matter. Okay, now this is connected to a bulb and then there is a switch. This is just a rough diagram, children, okay. So this is a glass jar. In the glass jar we have taken dilute sulfuric acid. There two metal plates are immersed, metal rods. In this case it is copper and zinc. This is then connected to the bulb, LED bulb, okay, this is a bulb. Now when the switch is on, when I put the switch on, after some time, we can see that this LED bulb glows. How did it glow? Because of the reaction that is taking place between the metals and this acid. Now if you ask me how, you will learn about it in higher classes. Metals react with acids and then, now suppose children when you all run out of charge in your mobiles, what you do? You plug on the mobiles to the, you switch it on, isn't it? Connect the charger. Automatically it gets charged. Your mobile gets charged. What you have done? Just switched it on, connected the charger to the electricity switch. And when you put it on, it starts getting charged. Similarly, the bulb starts glowing here. Why? Because of the reaction between these metals and the acids. And here, bulb glows. That means electricity was released. In electrolysis, electricity was absorbed. So such reactions where either electricity is absorbed or released, those reactions are called as electrochemical reactions. And the arrangement where electricity is released, such type of arrangements are called as electrochemical cells. Okay. This is one word, electrochemical cells. The arrangement where electricity is released. Okay. So in electrochemical reactions, totally there are 4. The first one was electrolysis. The second one is this, where the LED bulb starts glowing because of the reaction between the metals and the acids. Such arrangements where electricity is released are called as electrochemical cells, and the reactions are called as electrochemical reactions. Now after this, in the textbook they have given one more assembly. Okay, they have shown 4 lemons. Lemons are naringa. So I'll just draw it roughly. Okay children, 4 lemons. Suppose these are 4 lemons. First lemon, they have introduced inserted one copper rod and a zinc plate. Again in the second, one copper rod and a zinc plate. Again copper rod and a zinc plate. This is just rough diagram. Copper rod and zinc strip. Okay, so 4 lemons they have taken. In each lemon they have introduced a copper rod and a zinc strip. This is copper rod and this is zinc strip. Again all the 4 lemons has copper, zinc, copper, zinc, copper, zinc. Now the zinc of the first will be connected to the copper of the second. Understood? The zinc of the first, zinc strip of the first lemon is connected to the copper rod of the second lemon, and likewise it goes. Now this copper, there is a wire connected to the copper rod of the first lemon, and zinc strip of the last lemon, it is connected to a bulb. Okay, rough diagram. So take 4 lemons, insert copper rod and zinc strip in all the 4 lemons. Zinc strip, first zinc strip of the first lemon is connected to the copper rod of the second. Likewise it moves on. This zinc is connected to the copper of the third. Okay, now the copper rod of the first lemon and the zinc strip, this is the zinc, okay, of the last lemon is connected to a bulb, and now the bulb starts glowing after some time. Why did this happen? Because I told you in the previous experiment just now, what did I tell you? Metals react with acids. Similarly, these metals, they react with an acid. Now which acid is present in lemon? Citric acid. Yes, citrus fruits, lemons, oranges, they have citric acid. So these metals, they react with the citric acid present in lemons, and so electricity is released and the bulb, LED bulb glows. So take 4 lemons, insert copper rod and zinc strip in all the 4 lemons, and I told you how to connect it. Now the wire must be connected from the copper rod of the first lemon, and the wire, the other end is connected to the zinc of the last lemon. And this wire, they are connected, the wires are connected to a bulb. Now this bulb, it starts glowing because metals react with the acid that is present in lemons. Lemons contain citric acid. You can do this experiment with other citrus fruits also which contain citric acid. നാരങ്ങയിൽ citric acid ഉണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ആസിഡ് മെറ്റൽസിൽ റിയാക്ട് ചെയ്തിട്ട് എന്താവും? Electricity will be released and the bulb starts glowing. Now in the textbook, children, they have shown one more very important experiment, and that is electroplating. The name of that experiment is electroplating. You might have heard this word before, plating, electroplating. What is the meaning of electroplating? I'll tell you first. Electroplating is the process of coating one metal over another metal with the help of electrical energy. The process of coating one metal over another metal, giving a coat or a covering of one metal over another metal with the help of electricity is called as electroplating. Now you might have heard about ornaments, electroplated ornaments, 1 gram gold, 2 gram gold, that is giving a covering of gold over some other simple metal. Okay, ഒരു മെറ്റലിൻ്റെ മേലെ വേറെ ഒരു മെറ്റലിനെ കവറിങ് കൊടുക്കുകയാണ്. So that is done with the help of electricity, and so it is called as electroplating. ഒരു കവറിങ്, പ്ലേറ്റിംഗ് ചെയ്യണം. അണ്ടർസ്റ്റുഡ്? ഒരു മെറ്റലിൻ്റെ മേലെ വേറെ ഒരു മെറ്റലിൻ്റെ കവർ കൊടുക്കുകയാണ്. Understood? That is electroplating. Now for that they are shown an assembly again in the textbook. Have a look. Here again take a glass jar. Now here in the textbook the electrolyte is silver cyanide plus sodium cyanide solution. Okay, I'm just writing it in rough so that you will understand, but in the textbook it is given in detail. So this is the electrolyte. Now in the textbook they have shown a iron ring, and here there is a silver rod, and again there is a connection to the battery. Okay, rough diagram children. Now what happens is, so this is silver rod and this is an iron ring. Iron in the ചെറിയ ring, മോതിരമൊക്കെ ഉണ്ടാവില്ലേ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ key chain, anything you can do. It can be plated, okay? Now this is the iron ring, this is the silver rod, and this is the electrolyte. Now when I put the switch on, what happens? Slowly this iron ring, this is now iron ring, silver starts depositing over the iron ring automatically. We don't have to do anything. With the help of electricity വന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് silver ions തന്നെ വരും after the change, after the reaction, and those silver ions start depositing over this iron ring. So what has happened? Iron was the metal, over that now we have silver metal, that is electroplating, coating of one metal over another metal. So iron ring in the mele silver coating one, because we took this rod is silver rod and the solution also contains silver. Okay, so this iron ring got coated with silver. Now suppose I want to give this iron ring a coating of copper. ഈ iron ring ൻ്റെ മേലെ ടീച്ചർക്ക് copper coating കൊടുക്കണം എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ what will I do? This rod now must be of copper and the solution must now contain copper sulfate solution. Okay, solution must be copper sulfate solution. അപ്പോൾ സിൽവർ കോട്ടിങ് കൊടുക്കണം എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ സിൽവർ റോഡും ദിസ് സൊല്യൂഷൻ ഇലക്ട്രോലൈറ്റ് മസ്റ്റ് കണ്ടെയ്ൻ സിൽവർ. കോപ്പർ കോട്ടിങ് കൊടുക്കണം എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ദ റോഡ് മസ്റ്റ് ബി കോപ്പർ ആൻഡ് ദ സൊല്യൂഷൻ ഓൾസോ മസ്റ്റ് കണ്ടെയ്ൻ കോപ്പർ. If I wish to give zinc coating, I should take a zinc rod and the solution must contain, electrolyte must contain zinc in it. Zinc sulfate or zinc nitrate or endu. Okay, so this you have to understand. What is electroplating? Electroplating is the process of coating, giving a coat, giving a covering of one metal over another metal with the help of electricity. In the textbook they have shown an iron ring and silver rod. It contains silver solution, electrolyte contains silver in it, and then silver got deposited over the iron ring. If I wish to give copper coating, electrolyte must contain copper and the rod also must be copper, which is immersed in this electrolyte. Okay, so here electricity was absorbed. So in the first case, electrochemical I taught you 4 totally. First one was electrolysis. Second one today I taught you the LED bulb glowing. Third one was about lemons. There the bulb again, it started glowing because the rods, metals, they reacted with the citric acid that is present in lemons and electricity was released and the bulb started glowing. Fourth one is electroplating. So there are 4 reactions in the textbook about electrochemical reactions. Okay, so you just have to understand what is electroplating, how it is carried out. One thing, whichever coating we would like to give, suppose if you wish to give platinum coating over the iron ring, the rod must be of platinum and the solution also must contain platinum. Okay, understood? So you studied in all 3 types: thermochemical, photochemical, electrochemical. Some cases light energy was absorbed, some cases light energy was given out. In the case of a firefly, light was given out and that process is called as bioluminescence, okay, where the light is given out while the firefly flies. So in some cases in electrochemical reactions, electricity was absorbed. Here electricity was absorbed. But in the previous 2 experiments, in the lemon experiment, electricity was released. So those reactions where energy, even if it is light or if it is electricity, if it is given out, those reactions are called as exergic. Exergic reactions, and where the energy is absorbed, if it is light or electricity, whatever it is called, they are called as endoergic reactions. Okay? But if heat is liberated, it is exothermic. If heat is absorbed, it is endothermic. Okay children, I hope you have understood what I have taught so far. If you have any doubt, you can ask me, you can call me. I'll clarify your doubts. In the next class, I'll teach you about cells, and I'll be able to finish, I suppose, in the next video, this lesson, chemical changes. So again, a quick recap. Chemical changes flow chart, you know, 3 types: thermochemical, photochemical, electrochemical. Thermochemical, there are 3 examples. Photochemical, 3 examples. Electrochemical also, not also 3, there are 4 examples. So you have to study all this. Don't by heart, you should understand which energy is absorbed, which energy is given out. Thermo means related to heat. Photo means related to light. Electro, as the name suggests, it is related to electricity. Okay, so here I'll stop. That's all for now. Bye. Thank you.